Call halal la Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Waha, Raha Kwadash. All praises and glory go to you, Lord. Double honors and respect go to our apostles, our elders, and our teachers, the men of Great Millstone. To you I say Shalom. It's your brother Amraya, and let's get into it. A lot of brothers have already reported on this very issue. This article here. Which says Trudeau, which is the Prime Minister of Canada. It says praying in public, reading aloud from the Bible is hate speech to be severely punished. And this article is from a day ago. Again, brothers have already been reporting on this. And it says the Trudeau government has introduced a bill that could land Christians in prison for quoting the Bible or expressing a traditional faith-based opinion if the Canadian government deems it promotion of hatred of or anti-Semitism. Right? Because a lot of lies have been exposed. A lot of truth has had the light shed upon it. We understand that the condom hats are not the people of the Lord. Those Israelis are in fact the nation of Esau, Edom, Idumea, spoken of in the Bible. And the self-proclaimed white man is not loved by the Lord Yahweh, whom you ignorantly call God, but is in fact despised by him. Okay? That you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians are the real Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Scriptures, and that salvation and repentance is not for all nations, it is only for the nation of Israel. Okay, a lot of truths have been exposed, okay? A lot of lies as well. So now the Lord has given the authorization for them to go ahead and bring out their laws framed, okay, against the truth, to silence this truth, because there will be a famine of the word. And, you know, we may grab that as well. But it continues on to say, Bill C-367, purported to amend the criminal code, will redefine the boundaries of free speech, criminalizing public Bible readings, prayers, and other expressions of Christian teaching. Now, this is a double-edged sword here, because a lot of you sleepwalkers that call yourself Christians, who really are in fact liberals, you're going to say that this is intended to go against you when you've never rebuked anyone. You've never read the entire book of the Bible. You like that feel-good doctrine message that America Babylon the Great has been spewing and vomiting for years, and now you seem to think that this may include you, and it doesn't. This is specifically to go after the mouthpieces of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, those men that have stood firm for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, who are out here on the highways, byways, and hedges, on the sides of the streets, near your places of concourse, rebuking and reading the Bible, okay? And I won't shoot any slugs at any of the groups that have gone out there and made their bodies a living sacrifice. We all knew that we were putting our lives on the line by doing so. So, Lord willing, you reap a reward for your labors, okay, if you have done it in truth and sincerity. Continue reading. It says, this move by Trudeau's liberal government has been interpreted by many as an attempt to criminalize Christianity and traditional values under the pretense of combating undefined hate speech. And again, how so? Most Christians, you're liberals, okay? You go for anything. You allow homosexuality and lesbianism in your church. You allow murderers and adulterers, thieves, liars. You have no standard when it comes to the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So again, this is not going at you liberals pretending to be Christians. This is going after the men of the Lord who have been called into the ministry to rebuke his people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians. And yes, you confusion of faces, whose forefathers are Israelites, though you may happen to look like the other nations. So this is definitely bringing about the beginning of the famine of the word. Okay. And for this reason, I go here to Psalms chapter 94 because there's heavy recompense that will be coming in the near future. Uh, the people will have to pay for their sins if you are of the nation of Israel, and you heathens will have to pay for your affliction of the nation of Israel. Okay, you have forwarded the affliction beyond measure, and the Lord has you on the radar as well. So righteousness will return to the earth when Yahweh Shai HaMashiach returns with righteousness and healing in his wings. And Yahweh Shai is whom you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, whose name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai. Now this is Psalms chapter 94. And I'll begin at verse 20. It says, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?" Right. These governments, they frame their mischievous deeds behind these laws. They know who they intend to come at. They call it anti-Semitism bill and anti-hate speech bill. But the only people rebuking you Semitic people, quote unquote, and you people that are abominable in your behaviors are the men of the Lord. Okay? And they come from the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians. So they have been eating you up with this truth of the Holy Scriptures, and now it's time to frame a law so that you can go at them and be clean in your attacks. But the Lord already knew. It said, verse 20 again, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with you, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But Yahweh is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. He shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai shall cut them off." Right. And that day is coming near as well. Okay. Where we will say, "Who is this that comes from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This who is glorious in his apparel." Talking about Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Now I'm going to go back up a little bit. I'll read verse 12. It says, "Blessed is the man whom thou chastenest, O Yahweh, and teachest him out of thy law." Right. The men of the Lord have been chastened, repented, returned onto the old paths set down by Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, outlined throughout his laws, statutes, and commandments. And they have been corrected and taught out of the Lord's law. Some of us learn from men in the truth, such as Elder Apostle Tahar and all the other apostles on down. The teachers, the elders have put in work, okay? Verse 13, "That you mayest give him rest from the days of adversity until the pit be digged for the wicked." Right. And that day is coming as well, where we will receive rest, where the Lord will provide us safe pathways, and the wicked will be treaded under our feet. Verse 14, "For Yahweh will not cast off his people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, and you confusion of faces. Neither will he forsake his inheritance, but judgment shall return unto righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow it." Right. The days are coming where the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to clean up this world in righteousness. And there will be no more need to hide. There will be no more need to be afraid, to fear our enemies or our oppressor, because our power is a strong rock of refuge. Okay? So be encouraged in the Lord. Now, I'm going to go, because the enemy is about to come upon us like a flood, okay? I'm going to go to Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. Right, because the Lord told us this day was coming. And though this is only a bill that is about to be passed in Canada, it is sure to come to a town near you, okay? So we're preparing ourselves because we understood that the word was going to be cut off in these latter days, okay? The Lord has warned, sent out his warnings over and over again through his mouthpieces, and then it's now time to draw back, okay? Now, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, I'm going to get that for you right now. Just know that the Lord is going to lift up a standard against them, okay? This is Isaiah chapter 59, and I'll begin at verse 17. For he put on righteousness as a breastplate and a helmet of salvation upon his head, and he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay. Fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. Right. The Lord is not just going to stand by idly and allow all of these afflictions and atrocities to go without judgment. He will repay the nation of Esau, Edom, all the other heathens that have been cleaved onto our enemies and caused so much affliction to the nation of Israel. He will recompense their insolence and their blatant disrespect and disregard of the nation of Israel. Verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Call halayim la Yahweh ba Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, the Lord got our backs, yo. The elect, Lord willing, I'm a part of that number, and the rest of you, Akim, as well. But the Lord has the back of the elect of the nation of Israel. And he is not just going to stand by and idly watch these devils roll out another agenda for slavery and sit back idle. Now it's time for the Lord to lift up a standard and put his foot in their asses. Hey, the only thing that can cure this type of rebellion will be fire. And the world is about to be judged by fire, thermonuclear fire, okay? So let the chips fall where they may. Let's finish it out. Verse 20, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression, turn from sin in Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians, saith Yahweh. As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith Yahweh. My spirit that is upon me, and my words which I have put in your mouth, shall not depart out of your mouth, nor out of the mouth of your seed, nor out of the mouth of your seed's seed, saith Yahweh, from henceforth and forever. And that is the second covenant, which I've done a video on before, where he will write the laws, statutes, and commandments on our inward parts, and we will be as immortals, okay? But brace yourself for impact, because the shit is about to hit the fan. Hopefully this has been edifying, but hey man, get your houses in order. Get your houses in order, put off the weak nature, and let's go hard for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Until the next time, Israel, Shalom.